conduct for parents, including how they dress. State Representative Antonio Parkinson says the code of conduct would apply to anyone who enters a Tennessee school. The Memphis Democrat says he's already in the process of writing that bill. He says he's received several complaints about the way parents dress and behave on school campuses.
There was a parent that came to the school and the parent was in their lingerie, and there were body parts exposed, and this was in elementary school, and that's a real issue.
State lawmaker says it would only be limited to dress code, but even more, they would look to end rules on fighting and being present while under the influence. Those might be added to that bill. He hopes to file it in the coming weeks. Another bill in the state legislature would require